Hello Capricorn! Happy birthday and Happy New Year! This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel. Or if it's your first time here, welcome. We are entering a new year today. I'm recording this on January 1st. And we have a full moon in your 7th house of partnerships, Capricorn. This full moon is a full moon in Cancer. And along with this full moon, there is a grand trine in water. We have the ruler of Pisces, Neptune, is in Pisces. It's at home in Pisces. We have the moon, which is in Cancer, which is your 7th house. And that's the natural ruler of Cancer. So it's very at home there as well. And then we also have Mars in Scorpio, and Mars is right there along with Jupiter in Scorpio, and that's in your 11th house of friends and networking and your communities. So it's actually got a very dreamy quality to it, this full moon. It's a full super moon in Cancer, and it's creating a lot of poetry, a lot of emotion, a lot of healing actually. And because this is a full moon in your 7th house, your partnerships are really being illuminated, Capricorn. For some of you, this may be a completion in a relationship. Some relationships may be coming to a close, or a cycle may be coming to a close and you may be entering into a new cycle, or it just may be that that is spotlighted and featured and illuminated for you right now. So 7th house, house of partnerships, whether they be romantic, whether they be life partners, business partners, any sort of partnerships are featured for you right here at the beginning of the year. And it kind of sets the tone for the whole year. You know, really what's going on for you is this theme of partnerships and different endings or endings of cycles, and then also a new self emerging, or possibilities of a new self. We've got a new moon in your 1st house of Capricorn on January 16th. So it's like maybe shedding an old skin and letting a new you emerge, Capricorn, whatever that means for you. And then we've got Mars and Jupiter sitting in your 11th house. Jupiter will be there all year till November of 2018. So that's really saying that you've got a lot of blessings and expansion in terms of different communities that you might want to be a part of, or it's really a great time for networking. You might get really motivated and have a lot of activity going on in your 11th house. You might be spending more time with friends, or expanding your social circle. Great time, like I said, for networking or doing anything to do with electronics, like a blog or anything to do with that, maybe a website. So let's get right into seeing what's coming up for Capricorn for January. Yeah, this full moon. Oh, I should say one more thing. We've also got another full moon at the end of the month, the 31st, which will be a blue moon. Anytime we get 2 full moons in the same month, it's a blue moon. But this first full moon, I see you maybe a little disconnected, or looking, you know, I'm seeing the 3 things in water here. And I'm reading these as the 3 planets in water, the moon, Neptune, and Mars. But then you're kind of seeing, like, what more is there? You may be feeling sort of asleep and disconnected, looking at love and maybe new love of yourself, or this more love coming in. And I'm going to encourage you, Capricorn, to look at how can you receive more. It's sometimes when this card shows up, the figure who becomes like a Rip Van Winkle, like they're tired, they're checked out, they're like things are always going to be the same. They believe that what has been and what is and what will always be are all the same. So they're kind of bored and checked out. But there's new love coming in, and I'm kind of getting that this is your cup to drink from, Capricorn. So it's really about you just casting off these weeds and looking at your dreams, looking at what you want. What's the cup of love that you want to drink from, Capricorn? It's being offered to you. So receive it so you can add to more, not only what is, but add more to that. So that's really what I'm seeing for you for this opening of this full moon in Cancer. How can you nurture yourself? How can you receive more love? How can you receive more emotional fulfillment? That's really a Cancerian theme, more nurturing. So how can you nurture yourself? And here's Empress, who is the person who's satisfied. You know, they have everything they could possibly want. Everything is fertile and abundant around them. So it's a real time of success and prosperity if you drink from that cup, Capricorn. Really beautiful energy. High Priestess, another, look at both of these sitting on the new moon. I'm kind of getting fulfillment actually towards the middle of the month, new moon energy. But this is telling me, really, the new moon, this crescent moon usually talks about trusting your intuition, feeling satisfied, feeling in a place of authority over yourself. And in Greek mythology, this is a mother and daughter energy. She's in the above world. This is Ceres or Demeter, the Earth Mother, where everything blooms and is prosperous and abundant around her. And she typifies the spring and the summer when she's reunited with her daughter. And this High Priestess typifies Persephone, who goes down into the underworld for 6 months of the year, the fall and the winter. And she gathers information. She sees things that others don't see. She has access to the hidden mysteries. And then she comes up and rejoins her mother. So I really want to say that between the alternating seasons, between the alternating of the full moon and the new moon, there's really things to be gained from both. From feeling prosperous and abundant and satisfied when things are blooming, but also a time when things go into retreat. And that might be where you're at right now. You may be in a time of retreat to think about, okay, this is how it is now. It feels maybe empty. I feel checked out. I feel aloof. But how can I feel more nurtured? How can I feel more like this satisfied, abundant, prosperous, growing Empress person? You may need to take some time to just think about that here at the beginning of January. We also have Knight of Cups. This is an offer of love. I see this in many ways, Capricorn, as you to yourself, offering love. You know, I see this cup here as the same as this one. And it's almost like the universe is offering love to you. Are you going to receive that offer of love? So the offer of love is here. The offer of love is here. It's really about reconciling within yourself the two different cycles and aspects of yourself. Sort of like when you feel at the top of your game, but also when you feel more introspective, when you feel social versus when you feel more hermit-like. You're surrounded by love either way, Capricorn, even though it may feel like a quiet time. Getting more love, Page of Cups. This is your childlike heart. When I see this card, this is saying, how did you feel as a child or an adolescent? What made you feel excited and full? And what were you infatuated with? What made your heart sing? What made your heart leap? What made you say yes? I really want you to focus on that, because that's how you break out of this checked out, aloof energy, disconnected energy, to excited, passionate, infatuated, puppy love, excited, where your heart is leaping. These are very different. When you receive this offer of love, this is what happens. You feel childlike again. You feel renewed. So there's good stuff here, Capricorn, if you can let it in. There may be some upset regarding the home, the stability, towards the middle of the month. Maybe disconnecting from someone from your past where you used to feel like a child with them. This may be a roommate or someone you live with or that you used to live with. Something's out of order here, Capricorn, in the middle of the month. And I get that as you emerge this new self in the middle of the month, as you tap into your inner knowing and your inner desires, you may be seeing this as upside down. Hierophant, for some of you, this is regarding a marriage. Or it just may be new spiritual truths that are coming in. Hierophant is usually a teacher, and it's usually very stable energy. So if any of you are involved with a Taurus, or you have a teacher who's a Taurus, or counselor, mentor, it's a good time to tap into. I'm really getting a lot of spirituality here with Hierophant and High Priestess. You know, tap into your spiritual side and your heart. That's really going to serve you in January here. Yeah. Three of Swords means heartbreak, betrayal, sadness, disappointment. You may be getting over that towards the end of the month, Capricorn, but it may be shaking your confidence. You may be feeling like you don't want to be single, is what I'm getting from Nine of Coins in reverse. But I see here you have lots of options. And you have lots of things in front of you, lots of choices. So I'm really seeing for January, Capricorn, that it's a real time to get quiet. I'm really seeing that with High Priestess here. You are surrounded with love coming at you, and it's love coming from the universe to you. It may reinvigorate your heart. If your heart has been feeling pierced with certain thoughts, you actually show up as a child here in the middle of the month. So it's sort of like this new you that I'm getting with this new moon in your first house of self and identity. And if something feels unstable at home, look to the higher level. What's the spiritual lesson? Because these keys represent spiritual mysteries that are there for you to unlock. Don't feel worried about if it shakes your confidence or that you're afraid of being single. You have lots of options. There's lots of other great riches here for you, Capricorn. So trust your heart. Trust your spiritual side this month. And you're going to have lots of options coming at you. You're going from 6 to 9. So even though something from something stable to something, 7. You're going from 6 to 7, sorry. That additional cup that's coming in is showing up here in this card. You're going from 6 of Cups, maybe something comfortable or familiar in the home, a familiar home, to the next level, which is having more options, seeing new horizons, seeing things that appeal to you, and things that you get excited by is what's here. So follow that, Capricorn, for 2018, especially here for January. And I think you're going to go from maybe feeling like a little bored and checked out to receiving the love that is coming at you from the universe and feeling excited about it as you release these other things. So that's my reading for you, Capricorn, for January. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Capricorn. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put those below. Or if you'd like to book a reading with me, I'd love to do a reading for you. I'm also doing the year ahead readings for January, if you'd like to book one of those. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the stars.